Alright, look at the chi-square test of independence. So this is the second topic for chapter 8. Okay, look at the notes. The test of independence of variables is used to determine whether two variables are independent or related to each other when a single sample is selected. So that is the point, okay? The point that we need to test whether the two variables are independent or related to each other, okay? And then the chi-square goodness of fit test can be used to test the independence of two variables. The hypotheses are, for H0 there is no relationship between two variables. For H1 there is a relationship between two variables. If the null hypothesis is rejected, what is the null hypothesis? It is H0. Okay, if H0 is rejected, there is some relationship between the variables. Okay, that means if we reject H0, that means the two variables are related. Okay, there ada relationship there. Okay, in order to test the null hypothesis, one must compute the expected frequencies, assuming the null hypothesis is true. When the data are arranged in the table form for the independent test, the table is called a contingency table. So we need to calculate. Okay, we need to calculate whether the two variables are related or not. Okay. Later, I will explain how to calculate based on from example. Okay, and then as usual, we need the 5 step. Okay, to test the hypothesis. So for chi-square test, the first step we need to state the hypothesis and identify the claim. Okay, for H0 there is no relationship between two variables. For H1 there is a relationship between two variables. Okay. Saya nak awak letkan macam ni. For H0, the two variables are independent. Okay, for H0. For H1, the two variables are dependent. Okay, so beta awak letkan macam ni. The two variables are independent. What is independent? That means they are not related to each other. For H1, the two variables are dependent. That means they are related to each other. Okay, so this is the first step. Okay, the second step is you need to state the level of significance and critical value. Okay, state the alpha and critical value for chi-square. Okay, we call as chi. Okay, chi-square. Chi-square. Okay, chi-square alpha. So this is critical value. Okay, chi-square alpha R minus 1 and then C minus 1. Okay, so R minus 1 is for number of rows. Okay, R it means number of rows. Okay, C it means number of columns. Okay, for example, if we have 3 rows and 3 columns, so for chi-square, okay, critical value, example, alpha yang diberi 0.1, let's say. And then we have 3 rows, so 3 minus 1 we get 2. And then we have 3 columns, for example, 3 minus 1 we get 2. Then 2 times 2, okay, this is a multiplication concept. 2 times 2 we get 4. So chi-square when alpha 0.1 and 4. 4 is the degree of freedom. Okay, macam mana nak? So this one awak kena check dalam table statistik. Okay, later I will show you. Okay, so this is the critical value for chi-square. Okay, and then this is the second step. And then third step is you need to draw the graph for rejection and non-rejection region. Okay, it is always on the right side for rejection region. This is RR, this is NRR. Okay, and then this is the critical value for chi-square. Okay, so this is step 3. Step 4, you need to calculate. Okay, use the formula chi-square test. It is equal total O minus E times, O minus E power 2 divided by E. What is O? O is observed frequency for a category. Okay, and then E is the expected frequency. Okay, how to calculate for expected frequency? Row total times column total divided by sample size. Okay, divided by sample size. So this is the formula to calculate the chi-square test. Okay, and then step 5 is make the decision. Okay, as usual, whether we have to reject or not to reject the H-naught. Okay, you faham dah?